Hi everybody, this is our next training tutorial for MYOB, tutorial 15. Today we're going to be looking at purchases, item purchases. And take a note, we don't have an exercise for sales or item sales, but I'm going to show you how this would apply to the sales side, so when you're selling items as well. Essentially it's the same process. So I'll just quickly show you what we're going to be doing. So up until now, when we've been making purchases and sales, we've been going into sales, for example, into sales, and we've been putting in the details. Now, we've made the assumption up till now that we were billing in services. So we're purchasing and making sales for services, which is this screen here, new service screen, which is default. Now, if we're dealing with items, in which we are in this instance because we have now set up our system to take into account items, so we've got inventory, there's one additional step, and that is you need to actually go to the layout over here and change it to an item layout, okay? And what you want to do is change the layout after you've selected the customer or supplier. In this instance, it's a customer because we're in the sales screen. So once you've selected the customer, we go to layout, change to item, click on OK. What this does is it enables us to now put in how many items we've sold. And why this is important is this will update our inventory. For example, in this instance, we are selling 4 Ink 100s. So what's going to happen now is if we've got 20 Ink 100s in stock, once I hit record, it's going to reduce the 20 by 4. So we're going to have 16 remaining. If you were to simply make a sale and not change the layout to an item, it's not going to adjust your inventory stock amounts. So it's quite important because don't forget, the whole purpose of us using the inventory system is to have a live record of what items we have in stock. And the same thing would apply for purchases. So I just showed you the sales side. The purchase side is the same. So enter purchases, and the default screen is a new service. Now, if it's an item that we're dealing, once again we select the supplier, and then we change the layout to an item layout. And the screen changes very similar to what it did when we looked at sales. So that's essentially the key aspect of this exercise, and we're going to put in a few purchases here. So I'm going to do the first one, exit out of this. So we go to purchases, enter purchase, and the first supplier is Picture Perfect. Now looking at this exercise, all these items are going to go to that same supplier, Picture Perfect, but we've got 3 different invoice numbers. Hence, I'm going to create 3 different invoices. So the invoice number is 26. And don't forget, we're going to change the layout to an item layout. And I have sold 25. Sorry, purchased 25. Don't worry about back order. Item number equal 100. Now, first purchase or sale will ask you for the price. After the first purchase or sale, the price will automatically populate itself. Only the first instance, which is what we're doing now. So that's all good. We record that. Now this is because we don't have an ABN number for this supply Picture Perfect. That's why that warning is appearing. Put the next one in. This one's 27. Change the layout again. Item layout. In this instance, we're looking at 16 P200s. And the pricing is $12.50. last one, picture perfect. 28. Change the layout. Item. 2 fluid ones. And the amount is $9. Okay, so I've entered those in. Now, what's going to happen is, first things first, in our transaction journal, if I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see these 3 items, inventory items that we have purchased. Okay. Secondly, if I have a look at my inventory report now, item list summary, it's the first report up the top here. You'll find that the amount should be 2323 and 32 cents, which is correct. So our total values for our items have adjusted accordingly. So yeah, that's our purchases for our items, and as I indicated earlier, we don't have any exercises for the sales side of things in terms of selling of items, but it's the same concept, it's the same process that I just showed you earlier. Just to recap once again, just to make sure that you change the layout to an item layout. Obviously, you need to select the customer first, though. Okay, that concludes this exercise. Thank you for listening.